because I deal with a lot of busy ladies, and
Mhm.
when they come in, they can be worrying about their child.
Mhm.
Something's going awry there, and then work.
Yeah.
They've got some kind of a business meeting, they've got to do a presentation,
Yeah.
and home, whatever. They can have all this going on in their mind while they're trying to get fit.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
biggest advice then would be, I think, to be where your feet are at the moment, like to be fully present
Yep.
when you're giving your presentation, fully
Yeah.
present when you're doing your workout, fully
Yeah.
present when you're driving, of course.
Message to said friend.
Oh my gosh. So, uh, why do you think, I'm just going to move this along a
Yeah.
little bit. Why do you think we make choices in opposition, direct opposition to what we actually really want? Like
Oh,
we say on Monday, oh, I can't fit in my clothes. I want to feel better. I hate the fact that I can't button up my suit. But then by evening, we're eating a pizza and drinking a beer.
yeah. Yeah. Gosh, there's so much to this conversation, and there are so many ways we could expand on this, and the truth is willpower is a finite resource. And by the end of the day, all of our willpower muscles are completely shot. And so that's why we want to reach for that pizza and beer when we were so great at 9 and 10 and 11 a.m. in the morning. But to have the bigger conversation here, this really is about the topic of choice. And choice is everything. We know this, but we don't really think about it. But we get to choose everything in every moment. And the sum total of our choices really dictates the quality of our life. Now, we tend to focus at the level of action. Like, am I going to eat this apple or am I going to eat this, handful of chocolate? Am I going to, and so we tend to put a lot of focus on this layer, and we say, okay, well, I really need to choose the actions that serve me. And that's true. Like, we want to be mindful of our actions. What I really focus on, and what I find to be most fruitful, is, in addition to that, let's narrow into a layer that's a little deeper. And what we're going to now choose, we're going to choose at the level of perception, level of interpretation. Because really, where the quality of our experience comes from is not so much at the level of action, it's at the level of interpretation. And we get to choose how we interpret what we're perceiving. We get to choose what we're telling ourselves about what's going on. And so, back to your question around why is it that we make choices in opposition of what we really want? Well, the truth is, many of us are focused on trying to push away the things we want to avoid. And many of us are focused on like a thing that they've, like, this isn't a thing. I'm supposed to get to this number on the scale. I'm supposed to get to this amount of money. I'm supposed to make this thing happen. And so we get so attached to the thing, to an idea, or we're really narrowed in on, like,
Rigid again.
rigid, exactly,
Yeah.
rigid, and I'm going to use fitness because we're talking here.
Yeah.
In our fitness journeys, oftentimes what motivates us is pushing away what we don't want versus really focusing on what we do want. So for a lot of people on the fitness journey, they're really motivated to go to the gym and work out and eat well because they are afraid of not looking good in a bathing suit when they go to Mexico next week. They're afraid of not being able to fit in their jeans, for that date night out that they've got Friday night. And so there's this motivation of pushing away the negative consequences. Now, what did I say about pushing away? When we push away negative consequences, we keep ourselves under neutral. So now we're in a negative emotional place, and I'm eating up resources. So those are resources that would give me better ideas about how to move forward. And so, really, this is a focus opportunity. Many of us are focused on the things and just in a way that totally doesn't serve us. And so, one of the ways out of this, and what is so powerful, is to begin to ask yourself, not what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to achieve? Right? What is it that I want to feel?
I
And
say
the
that all the time,
what
all
is
the
it that I
time.
want to feel? And the reason
Yep.
this is so important, and this is so important, This isn't the, ooh, woo, woo, or touchy feely talking about feelings. Oh, no, no, no. This is way more logical than that, because everything we want, everything we think we want, whether it's, a certain size, whether it's a certain number on the scale, whether it's a certain amount number in the bank account, we don't want it for the thing. We want it because we think it's going to make us feel a certain way. What we want is a feeling. And then we're using the thing as a proxy, which may or may not be the true map, but what's happening is we're kind of focused on the middleman here. We're not focused on the real thing. And so where we can start to become inspired to new ideas and find energy that we wouldn't normally find when we're pushing against negative consequences, we
Mhm.
focus on, well, what
Yeah.
do I want to